later, but Tiffany, I just want to know what it is like being in the community now. You heard me just now reporting on the unrest that's there and the tear gas that's being fired. What's it like living in that area?
It's really weird. I really don't live in North County in that area. I live in the downtown area, and I try to kind of stay away from that. Like, I did want to go to the candlelight vigil, but I didn't know how it would turn out in the beginning, and then when I saw what happened afterwards, I was glad I didn't go. And I really try to stay out of, like, the whole thing, really.
Mm-hmm. Let's get back to what happened on Saturday. So you said you were going to pick up someone you work with or a friend, and that friend is
Yes,
also...
I was on my way to pick up my employee, and I drove right into it.
Yeah. Okay.
Driving down her street. She lives, like, right over it where it happened.
And she saw it.
Her balcony is right in front of it.
And, Peter, she has come forward as a witness as well. So there's another eyewitness who is there with you now.
That is correct. Tiffany brought her with her tonight.
Yeah.
They work together, so she did bring her as well.
Yeah. And she has given a statement to police?
Tiffany gave a statement to St. Louis County detectives right after this happened.
And PJ did, too.
And PJ did also, apparently. And I talked to Tiffany about that, and she said the police did treat her well and were interested and didn't try to influence her story at all, and were interested in getting the facts as she related them here, basically.
What does Piaget tell you happened? What does she say to you?
She essentially backs up what Tiffany said. She saw it, and she was upset and shocked.
She actually got a better view of the shooting, though, than Tiffany did, right, Tiffany?
Yeah, she did.
She did.
Right.
Yeah. Tiffany, to witness something like this, and, you know, we had the video last night here on CNN of Michael Brown's body laying on the street. It had been covered, but many say he laid there for hours. He lay there for a long time without being covered, and finally they did. Talk to me about how things went down on the scene, and was he treated with respect?
No, he wasn't. And his family wasn't either. Whenever they came and they were trying to find out exactly what happened, they just kept pushing him off and pushing him off. Like, they would keep moving the tape back further and further. Like, when they came, they said, "What happened to my baby?" And I was on the balcony and told them, I said, "Well, I saw everything." Like, the police would keep just taping them off and off further away from me. And then when the investigators came to talk to me, like, they took me straight to the car. They really didn't want me to talk to the family before I talked to them. So, like, the investigator that talked to me, he was really fair with me. He didn't try to switch up my story at all. But the cops that were on the scene that was dealing with the public, they were very rude to them.
Listen,
they didn't want to tell them what happened at all, and they were just like, they showed no kind of remorse for what happened to the kid at all.
And listen, it's no secret. You can look at the website, the state website, and you can see the numbers there for people who were arrested. Many people believe that a whole lot of racial profiling is going on in the St. Louis area, not just in Ferguson. What's the relationship, and you can speak to this, Peter, as well, either one of you, what's the relationship like there in the area between police and African Americans, especially young black men, or black men in general?
Well, I think it can be tense. I have a lot of African American clients, and they consistently do relate problems that they have with the police, and I think everybody just wants to be treated on the same level, whether you're white or black or Hispanic, whatever your background. And I think what I'm seeing with a lot of my African American clients, is particularly the younger ones, is they feel like they're not being treated as part of the community, and that's a concern, because I don't want people to be ostracized in the community. And hopefully, this event, some good can come out of it, will bring people closer, and realize that there are some racial issues that we still do need to address.